Hello everyone, welcome to session on Python. In this video, we'll be discussing the essential components of Python, and those are functions. We have already come across several built-in functions in Python such as maximum, minimum, sum and so many other functions. In this video, we'll also talk about some of the other functions that are available in Python, and also we'll mainly discuss about user-defined functions in Python. Let's get started. First and foremost, how to read a single line input in Python, that is multiple integers from the same line. For example, say my input, that is the input what I'm going to enter from the screen is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and those are space separated, and I want to read all these numbers and I want to store it, that is store them as integer array, that is integer list basically. How this can be done? Now when you read this input 1 space 2 space 3 space 4 space 5, this will literally be read as a string input. So in order to convert that into a list, I have to use this particular line called list of map of int comma input dot split. Now the way this works is nothing but the very first line, input line, reads the data as string, that is when you enter 1 space 2 space 3 space 4 space 5, this will be read as a string. And when I call the split function, the string is space separated and stored as list of strings, that is what I see here is nothing but I have a list called k, that is an assumption, a temporary string, temporary list which stores 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how it is getting stored. Now I want to call each and every element of this temporary list into an integer. I want to make it as integer, for which I have to use the int function repeatedly for n number of times, where n represents the length of this list. In that case, that is where we are going to use it as a map function, map of int comma, basically this temp, what it does is nothing but this returns a map object of, now which is basically int function applied out for each and every element. Now to make this as a readable format, that is why we are using list of map of the same old function, which will give me a list of, that is ls is equal to a sample list, it's nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now to understand how the map is being executed, let's say I'll take out this list part here, where map is completely an iterable function. For I in ls, print I. Now what happens when I print ls? Have a look at this. So I'm entering numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, space separated. Now this ls is basically a map object, and when I iterate through this map object, which is perfectly iterable, I can access each and every element of this map. If you want to make it a readable format, that is when I make this as ls is equal to list of ls, and then when I print ls, the map object then becomes a list. The map object is iterable only once. Once you iterated, it is gone from the temporary memory. So now to make sure that is not lost, we immediately convert our map objects into a list or a set or a tuple data, whichever it is required in our specific program. So this is all about the map function. Now let us talk about how to use user-defined functions in Python. In order to use user-defined functions in Python, we have this keyword called def, which stands for definition, followed by the function name, and within the function brackets you can provide the arguments for the function, and you can have n number of arguments in it, or even these arguments are iterable also. The star represents iterable arguments. I'll return none if it is empty. So this is a user-defined function here, and this function is being done with the help of several other built-in functions as well. Now let us see if this function takes only one argument, which is represented with the help of a star symbol here. So star args represents for iterable arguments. It does not necessarily have to provide only one argument here. You can provide n number of arguments, but all the arguments will be considered as one single argument with the help of a map object functionality here. Now since in order to convert all these map objects into a list, I am calling this as ls is equal to list of args. So what happens in the second line is nothing but all this map object is being converted into a list structure, and if the length of the list is empty, I am returning none value, else I am checking whether the list is made up of integer numbers or not. So that is what I am using is instances of ls of 0, integer. So if the first element in the list is basically an integer, I am assuming the whole list is supposed to be an integer list, so I am just returning the sum of the list. Else if the list is made up of strings, because those two are the only possibilities I am assuming here, hence if the list is made up of strings, I am joining all the letters in all the words in the string with a space separation. So that is why I am using a space here, or rather even I can use a plus symbol, which is a small change I have made. As you could see, the words are joined with a space with a plus symbol being the separator. And at this juncture I would like to mention this is nothing but a function declaration line, and all these lines from line 2 to line 9 is the body of the function, that is body starts here and this is your end of the body statement, body end. And args stands for iterable arguments. Args, that is star args, is basically arguments, which is an iterable arguments. And the values which I have passed out here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are your parameters, and these two lines are basically your function call lines. That's it in short about functions in Python. Thanks for watching. See you with yet another important topic in Python.